He was in a rage at that point. You could see it in his face. His face was very intent. He wanted to kill me. Well, I was in my office and I looked at the clock. It was exactly 11:23, I remember on the clock, and I had a very, very strong, compelling need to make a phone call. And basically, I had no idea why I needed to do that because that was very atypical of me. An elementary school principal, I don't have time to just frivolously make phone calls. And so I called, asked to speak with my son. I told him I loved him and told him to have a good day in kindergarten. And as I was talking to him, I was looking at the entrance of my building, and I did notice that a man was tugging on the right-hand door, which is permanently locked. You can't get in that door. He looked like a grandfather to me. So in my mind, I'm thinking, well, he's a grandfather, never been at our school. I need to go help him. Well, I left my office, and my intent was to go find him. I went to the right after I got out of the office area, in our lobby area. I thought that's where he would be. When I got there, he wasn't there. But something else told me to turn around and look down the hallway to the left. And so I did, and when I looked down there, he was standing in the hallway outside of our kindergarten classroom, just kind of peeking in the door from the hallway, and I decided to approach him. And when I did, I obviously startled him. I don't think he anticipated anybody was coming up behind him. I said, "Excuse me, sir." I said, "Is there someone I can help you find?" He immediately turned to me and started kind of digging around the left side of his stomach area, and almost instantaneously pulled out from his left pant leg what I now know as a machete. That was our first encounter, and he started striking me immediately. As we maneuvered backward, I kept walking backward as he was hitting me. He didn't say a word at this time. He just was striking me over and over and over again. I don't know that I ever really felt the blows of being hit. I did not register any fear whatsoever. I was not afraid that I can recall. I don't remember any pain. He just seemed intent on wanting to hurt me. I screamed 3 things. The first thing was I screamed no. My mind was basically saying to him, you don't do this in an elementary school. What are you doing? Stop. So I screamed no, and then call 911, lockdown. When we got just to about the door of the office area, he stopped and he took the machete across my stomach area. I jumped back, and I had a key card hanging on my neck, and that actually took the blow of that swipe across my midsection. From there, he ran from me. I went in the office area because I knew how to lock down my school. My thinking process is, I just have to stop this man. And several of my teachers had cell phones, and I had directed them, if we ever needed to do something like this, to get on the cell phone and call for help, because there would be a good reason. And so several teachers were out there on their cell phones calling 911, having no idea why they were even calling. He went directly for the children, and he started taking his weapon and banging it on the tables to make loud noises, and he started striking the children directly. The teacher, once she saw what was going on here, she did intervene, and she told him to stop hitting the children. She put her hand up to stop the machete from hitting her in the head and got cut across the palm of her hand. She told the children to run at that time, and of course in an elementary school we're always telling children not to run, so this was they weren't sure what to do. About that time then, the kindergarten teacher came into the office area, and she herself up against the door and let the children, there were several kindergarten children running in. They were screaming, and they were running away to get away from him. He was directly behind them with his machete raised at them. His arm went through where the opening of the door was before we could get it closed. And in his rage, he pushed that open. And when he did, he came in on me for the second time. I needed to defend my head. All I had was my bare hands, so I put my hands in a crisscross position. In his strikes, what he was doing, instead of getting my head, is he was hitting my arm, my left arm, and my left hand. I'm not sure why, but he turned away from me at this moment in time. I yelled, "Help me get him down," and I jumped on his back. I did see his face was right here at my face, and it was definitely enraged. I heard a clink, and that sound said to me he dropped his weapon. My need was to find what he had dropped. My thinking was that I needed to find it, I needed to get it, and I needed to get it away from him. I did feel the energy in him drain totally to the floor. It was a most amazing feeling. I had never felt that before and never felt that since. I talked to him at this point. I said, "Relax, calm down, it's over." When I looked down, we were basically laying in a large puddle of blood. I saw my injuries. I saw my finger, my small finger on my left hand was laying pretty much detached from my hand. It was only held by a small flap of skin between my small finger and my ring finger. So I knew that that was amputated. I knew that the machete had lodged itself into about halfway into my left hand. I had a very deep cut to my forearm here. I think I was in a state somewhat of in and out of shock at this point in time. When I was on the stretcher and they were just ready to wheel me out of the school, I remember a very strong sense of peace. I remember thinking, we are going to be okay. We are going to get through this, and we're going to do it together somehow. To get back to my school was one of the hardest things I've ever done in life. I lost 50% of my blood at my school that day. Once I got in there, there's no place I'd rather be. I want to stay there as long as I can. I need to be there for the children, for the adults there. I love my job. I survived also because of the maternal instinct that a mother has for children. Whether they would have been my children or other people's children, mothers has that instinct to be able to protect them.